Justin Jefferson. It's been him the whole time.
Yeah,
Bruh.
just nobody sees it because everybody's because of the images behind us. But we live. Welcome to another episode of the Press Box. I'm here with Grant, Random, Riddell, and our guy Ben. Today is our mid-season award show. Obviously, there's also some topics we'll be getting into along the way. But with that being said, I want to give a shout out to our GOAT members, Cobra Center Raditz, Comatose and Clutch, and Avion Plumber. If you want to be a part of the Players Choice community or want to be a member, all the information you need is below. Make sure y'all tap in with that. Obviously, I think we have a few more people who are going to join us throughout the show. But with that being said, fellas, how's it going? And who wants to start off with the first agenda push?
Well, can I apologize for my conduct at the end of the open field yesterday?
Oh man,
he was sneak dissing me, and I just let him get to me, and I had to get out because legitimately I was about to say some wild stuff to him, and that was going to be the end of me on PC. So I just had to get out. So I apologize for my conduct to the rest of the panel.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, W accountability. You know what I'm saying? W
accountability. It happens sometimes. You know, Early's a comedian. You know, that's what he does. You know, that's like literally his occupation. So he never really turned it off. So it's all good. You feel me? It happens to the best of us. But yeah. That first agenda push, actually, Ben, since you here, you set the tone, bro. What needs to be said that people don't know?
All right. So all last year, people on Discord, they were on my head when I say this. I said that AJ Brown was better than Jamar Chase. I said that he will be in top 5 convos this coming year. And we looking at him now. Hey, people got him in top 5. And all this type of stuff, man. Like AJ Brown is him, bro. He's him. He's just simple as that.
Maybe T.O. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy that you brought up AJ Brown because my thing was gonna be AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs are the same tier. Like
they are.
I've always been on that train. If you want to pick AJ Brown over Chase, if you want to pick AJ Brown over Diggs, I don't care. But to say that Stephon Diggs clears AJ Brown or even Jamar Chase clears AJ Brown, I don't see the clearing that people are talking about. Yeah. AJ Brown just does things differently and does it dominantly.
He's on the same level as all of them guys. They're all on the same level. They're all in the same level. I think you couldn't go wrong either way. But hey, we got some good news for Raiders fans across the nation. They finally let go of, and shout out to the coach because the interim coach laid down the law immediately. Coach got fired. He benches Jimmy G. First of all, great job, coach. Way to set the tone right then and there. Bench Jimmy G.
Who's the interim coach?
The linebacker coach. I forgot his name.
I thought it was the quarterback coach. Was it the linebacker coach?
I think
no matter. That dude understands the moves, man. We tanking now, baby.
He played line. I can't think of his name right now, but I know he played linebacker for the Giants. I'll get it for you right now. Give me one.
It's Antonio Pierce. He's the former linebackers coach, and he's the interim head coach.
Did he play for the Giants when he played in the league?
He was.
Yeah. No, he got the agenda from up top. They tanking now. Caleb sweepstakes full effect.
So I guess my question is to y'all is, you know, is this move good for the Raiders? And is this move more about Mark Davis, or is this move about, you know, how bad of a job McDaniels has done? Go ahead, Randall.
To be honest, it's probably a little bit of both. I think the one thing we have to understand about Mark Davis, he's not the most cash fluid owner. He's the poorest owner in the league, and I understand he's still making millions, but he can't make these big moves that other owners can't. Like, for instance, Bank of America is technically, if Mark Davis doesn't pay his loans for that amazing stadium they got in Vegas, Bank of America owns that stadium. So, like, every move he does, he has to be very careful how he moves his money and all that. That's probably why you see him probably stick longer with some coaches and players than most other owners would. But at that point, even Mark Davis could be like, look, McDaniels was so bad. Jimmy G was bad. And even he's not, you know, bowl cut and all, he's not dumb enough to realize I have an amazing player and I am not using him. Like, right. And like when you watch arguably the best player on your team throwing fits on Monday Night Football, because he's like, okay, let's go back. Will Levis. Let's go back to Will Levis. Just like some point, he's like, F it. DeAndre Hopkins down there somewhere. Jimmy G wouldn't even do that. So it is like this fully confirms that McDaniels, like if there was any doubt left, he's definitely a Brady merchant. He's never seen any success outside of New England. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back there again and just somehow in some capacity goes back to New England. But it was time for the Raiders to clean house. They tank, they get a good quarterback and start building toward their future again.
Yeah, for me, the Raiders, definitely McDaniels things. He's terrible. He sucks. I don't like watching that Raiders offense play, to be honest. Yes, they played really well last year somehow, throughout all that turmoil.
Somehow.
But, yeah. I don't know if it's the GM, because I personally don't know how long the GM has been there. But I do know the Raiders have been competitive for the most part the last couple of years. Like they made the playoffs over the Chargers just 2 years ago.
Facts.
Right? So they had talent. They had Darren Waller, Renfro on the team, of course, Josh Jacobs. Even so this team always is good enough to like be competitive. So it's not like it's such a poor job where it's just bad talent all across the board. But the recent decisions being made to get rid of Derek Carr for Jimmy G was so dumb. That is literally the reason why Devontae Adams came here, is to play with Derek Carr, and you got rid of him the next year.
It was an ugly move for
crazy to me.
They were fooled about
move
Jimmy
for
G,
your
though.
franchise
They were
leader,
fooled
isn't he?
that
It was an ugly way to send off your franchise leader, especially.
He's been with them for so long. Yeah, I'm like,
and then
what?
Was it 2 years ago when all that happened? Henry Ruggs situation, the David Arnett situation, like all that. He was the right guy.
The John Gruden situation,
John Gruden, like all that.
John
And
Gruden.
A year later, you throw him away like he's a piece of trash, which was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, you know, I'm definitely a believer in in football. I don't believe in lateral moves. You know what I'm saying? I don't think going from Derek Carr to Jimmy G, it was really more of a downgrade, but it didn't make you better and it didn't make you worse. It just kind of made you what you already have been. But I'm really putting more of this on Mark Davis and the front office than I am Josh McDaniels, because we already knew what McDaniels was during his time in Denver. I think there's already should be known that the only quarterback to ever come from Bill Belichick and actually have success in the NFL was Bill O'Brien. He was the only one to find success. Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, the list goes on. None of those guys, Eric Mangini, all them guys never really found any legitimate success in the league from a leadership standpoint. And because of that, I don't really know what Mark Davis was thinking. I mean, if he was to me going to get John Gruden and sign him for 10 years, $100 million, then going to get McDaniels, it just seems like Mark Davis is into big names more than actually winning football games. And I get it. You're trying to build a fan base there in Las Vegas, and, you know, you're trying to create this big, you know, cachet. And so some ways you do that is having the big name coach to, you know, help you sell tickets and things like that. But at the end of the day, the only thing that really sells tickets is winning football games. And I don't think you've put your football team in the best position to win football games. And sometimes with owners specifically, in my opinion, this is why I give Robert Kraft a lot of credit. Even though I'm hard on Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft allowed the football guys to do the football thing. I'll do the business thing. You know what I'm saying? I'll handle the sponsors and the marketing and all of that. Some owners, if you have really no legitimate life experience with football, yes, you are the owner, so you have final say in a lot of things, as you should. But you need to let the football guys be the football guys. You need to go out there and get legitimate people who understand the game and can help put y'all in a position to actually win. And so I just think Mark Davis has completely dropped the ball in that regard as towards his program. I mean, he's done a great job with the Las Vegas Aces. He needs to put some of that magic into the Raiders because it does not look good.
Well, I think once again it should be. I think he's made Mark Davis and the people he surrounds himself with have made really bad. I think leaving Oakland was a bad decision because of how loyal that fan base was. They just couldn't figure it out with the city. But then he gave John Gruden all that power to make all decisions, which turned out to be a mistake. Obviously choosing Josh McDaniels after that was a mistake because I'm not sitting here saying, but once again, like I said, I'll say it again. He's not the most cash fluid guy. He can't make these sudden decisions like that, but when he sits there and he looks up to Jerry Jones as well as a mentor for him in the league. And Jerry Jones, we've seen how he runs his team. So it's not basically what I'm saying. He's obviously not blameless here because he has his own thing. But then when you go to a place like Las Vegas, which is crazy because he watched his dad go to LA, and like LA, like Vegas, there's so many other distractions, man. Like, okay, the team ain't winning, I'll go do something else, like not even sports related. So when you do that, when you have the Aces who are balling, when you have the Knights who legitimately maybe the greatest expansion team of all sports history, like
actually,
you can't like you have to make really good long-term decision. You have to make really good decisions early, but also, man, people don't got time in Vegas. Man, we gambling, we watching Aces, we got pool parties on top of them hotels. We don't got time for this, man.
Well, I agree. I mean, that's an easy fix though. You just make most of their games in the morning. Yeah, they just had the first games of the day for real. So I mean, think about it. If you have their games in the morning, and the NFL game start at what 1 o'clock on the West Coast, that's 3 hours behind. So they starting at what 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. games. You watch the game in the morning. You do everything you could do at night. You feel me? You get everything. So, it's just about marketing, and they also need a big time quarterback. Like you don't really have a real face to your franchise. Like you just don't. And I think that's a big way to handle the marketing is that part of it. Like who is their face? Like nobody's getting behind Jimmy G and like, yeah, this is the guy that's going to take us to the promised land. Yeah, like I think about my head football coach in high school all the time because he's a big Raiders fan, and God bless his heart for having to go through this for all of these years. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Aiden O'Connell, listen, if he's learned anything from Will Levis, just go out there and throw it to your best wide receiver, man, and let them make plays for you, and you'll have a good game.
Because the Raiders got weapons, regardless of anything. People need to recognize, one, they got an elite defensive player in Max Crosby, and they got weapons all over offense. Jacoby Myers is a good number 2. Devontae Adams is a top 3 receiver at his best. And Mayer, rookie tight end, he's not bad either, in addition to Josh Jacobs. So this team can obviously put themselves in the right direction. And if we're talking about a team that needs to trade up in the draft, that's what the Raiders are right now. They need to trade up in the draft. They need to get their quarterback of the future. And I won't be surprised if they do. But I do respect the Raiders. They said we about to get down to it. They got rid of that coach who sucked. They got rid of the GM for terrible decisions, and they said, Jimmy G, you're terrible. Sit on the bench. Hey man, get down to business. I respect it.
The Jimmy G's done, right? In terms of him being a viable starter, right?
He could be a backup.
He's done.
Right?
He'll probably end up being a backup. But no, Mike McDaniels, like, come back home, come back to the Patriots next year, not this year because I don't want to win any more games.
You can have Jimmy G too.
No, we good on that. I'll take Drake, man. But also
ironically, he's been playing better, but he's still booty cheeks.
No, but the Raiders organization the past like 5 years, even like before this current GM and head coach, have just been bad. Like their draft has been terrible. Like you saw, like I'm looking like Tyree Wilson this year. Okay, we still have to see how he pans out. Then 2021, they got Alex Leatherwood. Is he even still on the team? I don't think
that's actually a great question. I have no idea.
Yeah, their drafting has been terrible.
The year before that, Henry Ruggs, he was a great player, but he's gone. Damon Arnett, a bunch of off-field issues. So it's like they can't. Then like what? Clinton Farrell, I think he's on. He's on the Seahawks. I think he's on the Seahawks right now. Then they had Josh Jacobs, and then Jonathan Abram. I don't think is on the team anymore either. So like since 2019, you have like one first-round pick that's still in your team that's still viable. Like that. That's just bad. So it's like they're setting themselves up for failure, and also like they're like the old school Knicks. No offense, J-Rob. Where it's like
I'm a Lakers fan.
Oh, okay. Where it's like, it's a viable market like Las Vegas. Everyone wants to go there, but the organization, everyone knows, like when you go there, your career is dead. Like just before Devontae got to the Raiders, he was like arguably like always top 2 receiver in the league. Now, if you ask like a random casual, they're gonna say Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs. Oh yeah, Devontae. Like we all know like he hasn't fallen off, but he's not one. We see he's not getting the ball. Even when he gets targeted, it gets thrown all the way into the stands. Like so, it's like no one. Free agents aren't going to want to go there. They're not building through the draft either. So it's like they're just a dead organization at this point.
They need to find a coach who galvanizes everybody.
But to me,
they thought they had that. They thought they had that with John Gruden.
They thought they had that with John Gruden, exactly. But they found out he wasn't that guy. But
they found out he was. He also did the 3 things to get you fully canceled. He was misogynist, he was racist, and he was homophobic all at the same time in one email. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, no, that's bad. But that's the first step is first getting a coach, because the fact that Josh McDaniels got another coaching job, like after this fool opted out of the coach job. When you have guys like Eric Bieniemy that are just dying to just get a job. Now he's in Washington.
Wait. Hey, MJ, because he coaches too hard is why he can't get it. My bad. I had to add that for you.
Because he coaches too hard, and now he's coaching a team that is literally tanking on purpose. I think just traded away their 2 starting defensive is crazy. So the fact that you already messed up with the head coach right there, and Jimmy G. I know all of y'all saw that like double move Devontae had, and then Jimmy G overthrew him. After that, it was like, it's over, bro. Just bench him. I don't see Jimmy G ever being a starting caliber quarterback in the league.
I agree 100%. Hold on.
Quick question: Who are the names you would go? Because some of the names are probably going to come up. Ben Johnson from the Lions. He's going to get it. He's going to get some love. Bieniemy got. Bieniemy should definitely. You name me a 2-time Super Bowl champion offensive coordinator who doesn't have a job.
Bieniemy makes the most sense if I'm the Raiders, actually, because the division. You have a head coach that is familiar with the division. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. I think Bieniemy is the right decision for the Las Vegas Raiders. One, because not only is he familiar with the division, he'll be the one coach that can actually help a defensive coordinator game plan Patrick Mahomes, I think, better than probably anybody in the league could, because you've worked with him for so long. You know some of his tendencies. You know, even though Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football, different level playmaker, different level innovator in the pocket, at least you know some of the things that may make him uncomfortable. And not only that, you know what is successful from an offensive standpoint, where if I'm the Raiders, I don't see how I don't go there and get Eric Bieniemy. And another thing, too, is for those who say Eric Bieniemy's coaching style is too old school, I don't think a team in football needs an old school coach more than the Las Vegas Raiders. Has anybody looked at the history over the past 5 or 6 years of the Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, there has been a plethora of off the field issues in that with that organization. So if I am the Mark Davis in the regime, I look at Eric Bieniemy and be like, this might be the perfect fit, especially if we're in the business of going to get one of these quarterbacks in this draft. I think he's the perfect guy to add to that mix.
I was going to say
Mark Davis too. Or you got it.
Yeah. So real quick, I think if the Commanders let him leave, then they don't know what they're doing, because I think Ron Rivera's done after the season. So I expect Magic Johnson to try to keep him.
No, I think they said they still like Ron Rivera.
Oh, that's crazy, but all right,
that's crazy.
So we're sitting there. I agree with you, J. Rob and MJ. I think you're probably going to say the same thing, that that Bieniemy should be the guy. Especially, I think they should go get a quarterback, and unless you got a bona fide decent, unless you get another D'Amico Ryans, I don't see why you would go defense with this next coaching hire. So you want to pair up, hopefully Bieniemy or Ben Johnson or somebody like that with a young quarterback that y'all can grow together.
I think people might go after Frank Smith.
Where is he doing?
The Dolphins coordinator?
Dolphins defensive coordinator. They're gonna look at the stats. They're gonna see all those points and be like, "Oh, we can try to replicate that." That happens.
I think the problem with he's gonna have the same problem Eric Bieniemy had, where it's like, is it you or is it Mike McDaniels, the brains behind the offense? Mm-hmm. So for him, he probably is gonna have to eventually do what Eric Bieniemy did and go to a different team to prove I'm like that. To be honest,
how many coaching candidates do we have?
Only thing I have to say about that is that Frank Smith a little bit lighter on the terms of the skin color, so that might that might sway.
That might light skin. Okay, my bad.
No, he ain't light skin. He not black.
But here's the thing,
Shiv
though.
God,
Too,
I think Ben Johnson's gonna get a job
but with
anyway.
Mark, with Mark Davis, he's like one of the most like inclusive owners. That's what I really think. Like he hired the first African American woman as his president. Like the entire. I think
that runs through his family too.
I think he like put on the first gay NFL player, but like he's very inclusive, bro. So if anybody is to give Eric Bieniemy a shot, and he rightfully deserves, it's Mark Davis, bro.
And I think Mark Davis 100% has to stay away from just looking to get. Like I think Bieniemy is a big name because of how many people have the controversy behind why he hasn't gotten a job. But I'm just saying, in the sense of he's never been in the position to be a head coach. When you go get like a John Gruden or McDaniels or McDaniels from the Patriots, it's all the same things, and those are just popular names. So I think it does get like redundant. So I think it would be a great move for Mark Davis.
Do you think they find a GM first, or do they go get Bieniemy and see if they can find a GM that works with him?
I think you go and get both. Go get a new GM, because one thing is you haven't been able, your GMs in front office have not been able to weed out character flaws in players. And I hate to be that guy. I really do, because I really believe in second chances. Like I don't believe people's mistakes make them who they are at all. Like I think you can 100% rehabilitate how people perceive you from your mistakes. We're all human. But I think the reason why you have to kind of look somewhere in your front organization is there has been a bit of a pattern specifically in our ability to recognize talent. And so I think that's why, you have to kind of consider that, because, every once in a while you're going to make a mistake. But, when there's like you have multiple players over the years being in these type of situations, it becomes, the common denominator becomes the people picking. But to move on to our next topic, before we get into our midseason awards, Will Levis is the next John Elway. Obviously, tomorrow's Thursday Night Football. Obviously the John Elway thing, I do not think he's John Elway. It's a little bit of gas there. I'm pulling the dub. I'm pulling the dub.
Nasty
on the
title.
I'm pulling the dub on the title this week. Y'all thoughts on Will Levis and his ceiling? And do y'all believe if he can thrive like we saw last weekend, do you think the Titans end up becoming more of a contender in the AFC South than we had thought in the beginning of the year?
I guess I would say
let Ben go. Go ahead, Ben.
For me, Will Levis had a great game. First game, I just got to see more because it was only one game. I got to see how he be against Thursday night when he played Pittsburgh and stuff like that. But what I saw last game, the throws he was making, IQ was there. D-Hop is still D-Hop. Still top 10 receiver, So yeah, I'm glad what Will Levis is doing, and I hope he keeps it up.
I like it. Anybody else thoughts on Will Levis and the Titans?
I definitely want to be patient on Will Levis, like
maybe Elway.
Yeah, baby Elway, right? So my thing is, like, I was very indifferent when it came to Will Levis. I didn't expect him to just be a complete flop. There must have been hype for a reason. And the Titans getting him probably didn't think he would ever start. They probably thought Ryan Tannehill was going to be the good all year. And then he got injured. Malik Willis is just not good. And they even started Malik Willis ahead of Will Levis. So it was kind of weird. This variable really did not want to play Will Levis, but he saw how bad Malik Willis was in that one game. I forgot who they played. And it was like, bro, we can't throw the ball. So they had to start Will Levis. They had no choice. So I'm expecting the Titans to be more explosive because they got D-Hop, of course. And Treylon Burks, I think, is healthy now. So maybe he can start getting part of the offense. I don't know if he did anything so far this year. But the rest of their schedule is tough. They play the Jaguars. Obviously, they play the Texans. They play the Dolphins. And they play the Seahawks. Bro, that is a tough schedule for the rest of the year. But if they win some games, Will Levis, if he wins like half of these games against these tough teams, he should be their starter for the future, 100%.
Well, I would like to believe that, like I said yesterday, that Will Levis will just be the starter for the rest of the season. Just let him go through the ups and downs. He's better than what you have right now. And but my only problem is, first of all, Thursday night football. You're going into Pittsburgh, routinely a very tough place to play, especially for a rookie. And it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dogfight either way. And I want to see how he looks when he actually. This is also another one where he's not going to get a traditional week where our defense can really game plan for him. But I'm worried that he's going to play bad, and then Vrabel's going to be like, "Oh, Tannehill's healthy, put him back in," which is not going to help Will Levis. You need to know what you have in him. You've already seen all you need to see from Malik Willis, so give Will Levis the play. You're a good enough coach to work around whatever problems that he might have, growing pains throughout the season, but you need to know what you have in him. And you've already seen Tannehill can get you to the first round of the playoffs, and that's it. Even that one year where they were the first round, they had the first round bye and they lost at home. So I'm like, you've seen as far as you can go with Ryan Tannehill. You don't need to keep him anymore.
Yeah, you gotta focus on the future. The reason why I'm pumping the brakes on Will Levis is because they play the Falcons. And the Falcons were literally winning games in spite of Desmond Ridder, who is trash, who they just benched, and they should have been put in Taylor Heineke because I feel like he'll be better than Desmond Ridder, who can't hold on to football for his life.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I definitely think that the Steelers in that environment is going to be tough, but I think the real test is how we see him play against a really good quarterback, because with Kenny Pickett and nobody, he's not anybody that I'm scared of. But and same with like Desmond Ridder, Taylor Heineke. So I'm interested to see just like what he does against like an upper echelon quarterback. Same way how like you have guys like Brock Purdy were like, all right, so what are you going to do against these elite quarterbacks coming down? So that's one.
Is it official that Desmond's been benched? Is it official?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think you started.
It's Kyle Pitts season. It's finally Kyle Pitts season.
Kyle Pitts
Finally. It is finally Kyle Pitts season. All right, well, moving on to our next topic, mid-season award shows. So how this is going to work is I'm going to use the obvious awards that'll go at the end of the year. So it's going to be comeback player of the year, MVP, offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, and then coach of the year. So mid-season awards. I'll start with one award every time, and then you guys tell me who y'all think. Obviously, if somebody says a name that you think is absolutely ridiculous, then obviously we'll discuss it. But we will start with comeback player of the year. If there was for right now, mid-season comeback player of the year selection right now, who do you guys have?
It has to be Tua.
Yeah, it's Tua, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it would have been DeMar had it in the bag. Yeah. He had it in the bag. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Was Lamar hurt?
DeMar Hamlin?
No.
Oh yeah.
I was saying DeMar Hamlin. Like I feel like if he was just like, I haven't watched the Bills that much. I don't know how much he's played, but I haven't heard anything from him. But if he just played decent, he was gonna win it.
Well, I think there was before the season, there was some people like notable, like former NFL players, like I don't know why they would even put him back on the field and risk him getting injured again. Mm-hmm. So like Dominique Foxworth was very vocal about DeMar playing again. But obviously he wanted to play. The Bills feel comfortable with him playing. I still think it's DeMar's to lose. Facts. Because it's just so crazy,
like man. So narrative driven.
It's so narrative driven. It's his to lose, but if they don't go off with narrative, then it is Tua.
I don't have no stats though. I don't have no stats.
They gave it to Alex Smith. They gave it to Alex
Smith.
But
I feel him.
Alex Smith did play though.
He has no stats though. Like that's what's killing me. He has no stats, bro. Like I think for me right now, I feel like it gotta be Tua just because he got hurt mid-year. I mean, I think maybe if it weren't Tua, maybe I'll probably go.
Someone's
maybe
saying a good name. Calvin Ridley is a good
Calvin
name.
Ridley, a good name, maybe.
Was
Calvin
Lamar
Ridley.
hurt last year or?
Yeah, but I don't think Lamar was hurt early enough to put him on that
Like he
list.
too.
Maybe Matthew Stafford might be able to get some love in that regard. Matthew
Lamar's only played in one game this year.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any stats.
He doesn't have any stats.
Because they dressed
I
him.
get zero on ESPN.
I'm telling you, they're not gonna play him. I don't think they're gonna play him for liability reasons.
There's no.
What if he gets hurt again?
If he's not good enough at the same time, like, let's just be honest about that.
I agree,
so.
but he was starting safety, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was
starting.
Well,
safety?
that was after injuries. He was starting after some injuries last year.
Yeah, they got
Poyer. Because I know they lost
Hyde.
both their starting safeties, but
but isn't one of them hurt again?
Yeah,
are they?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them is hurt again.
I think Micah Hyde's done for the season. It's like one
done
of
for the
them.
season is crazy. Yeah, the Bills probably need to.
Because Micah Hyde was last year too at the start of the season.
Yeah, and he was playing solid before that injury. Like he was playing solid. He wasn't playing like terrible or anything. He was viable. So
I was thinking to myself whether or not Josh Dobbs counted. Right? Nobody. He didn't
come back though. What is he coming back from?
That's what I'm saying. Did he
being on the bench?
Like he at the very least had a backup position back in the day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Then he lost his job and then came back and started playing and playing well. I'm like, man, respect Josh Dobbs, but I don't know if he
that could be like a most improved player type thing, but
they don't have that.
Yeah, they don't have.
Yeah, it might not qualify.
No, both safeties are healthy for the Bills, by the way. So
that's
just it. Maybe he's just not.
I know they lost Tre'Davious White, but like they
already got a corner.
They got a corner. They got
I could have sworn they lost somebody else too.
All right.
Dawson Knox, he's out. He's on injured reserve. He got placed on injured reserve a couple weeks ago. But other than that, nobody really who plays DeMar's position. I think it's just the fact that
I'm personally going to go Calvin Ridley. Personally, I think him not playing an entire season is a little bit more impactful to me. And he started out hot. Obviously, he cooled down a lot with the Jaguars as they started getting Christian Kirk more involved. But he is coming, like missing that entire season and then coming and playing very well, especially considering. I think more than likely he would. I think he's my comeback player for the year for now.
I was thinking of Matt Milano. He's on injured reserves right now.
Mm-hmm. He's their linebacker.
The reason why I can't say Calvin Ridley is because I don't think the NFL will reward somebody for being suspended for
that's fair.
thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think they're going for that. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I don't think they're going for the
that's your fault.
Yeah, Calvin really
makes sense.
If we start giving comeback player of the year awards to players for doing something bad, something that was in their control too. I don't know if that's going to be
another player would be TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, maybe that could be.
Yeah, he
tore his pec, right? Didn't he tear his pec?
What about Breece Hall?
Breece Hall could be.
Breece Hall, not gonna lie. Breece Hall is a good one.
Yeah, I like that one. J-Rob likes that. Yes.
He just popped in my mind too.
Shout out to my dog Breece Hall. All right, so go ahead.
I mean, I was gonna say he should have been offensive rookie of the year last year. So it's like, bro, you missed out your award last year. Here's a different reward. You know what I'm saying? Breece Hall.
All right, I got one for y'all. So the next one is who right now NFL's. I'm trying to get the ones that are not as exciting out the way first. So who is currently the defensive rookie of the year? For me personally, right now, it is Jalen Carter of the Philadelphia Eagles. That is my selection for defensive rookie of the year at this very moment. But it could be Spoon. Little Spoon, man.
Hey.
I got to lie. Little Spoon.
Yeah.
Little Spoon gonna have something to say too, though. I ain't going front.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, I'm rocking with.
If my corner on the Pats didn't get hurt, then like it would have been more.
It would have been.
Oh, yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have
been Gonzo for real.
Yeah, it could have been.
Is Brian Burns
cooking with him, man? I'm telling you, he was cooking with him.
Joey Porter Jr. might be in the mix too now.
What about Will Anderson? He been playing well in Houston, I feel like.
Will Anderson has some balling. Not as much as like Carter. He hasn't making as much of an impact as Carter, but like he's.
But at the same time, if we're being honest, Jalen Carter has an elite defensive line next to him. Will Carter doesn't. So I mean, well,
don't the Seahawks have a good rookie corner as well?
I would
Devin
get
Witherspoon.
behind that, Riddell. I would get behind that.
But he
Riddell.
make it at least.
Yeah, I want to say. I would
different
get
level.
behind. I would get behind that if he really wasn't literally their best interior D lineman. Like his impact on that line is not like he ain't carried by nobody on that line. Like he holds that thing down.
If you see some of the plays that he's making, like how fast he moves, like his like fast twitch reflexes, like when the ball snaps, is like crazy for his size. Like some of the stuff that he gets away with, like with his hands and everything like that, like that has nothing to do with anybody else on the D line.
Yeah,
like
Carter is the next.
instantly.
He might be the next. You know when Bama was up here talking about like the next Aaron Donald, like.
Hey,
yeah, no,
he might, and you got to think he got more upside because he's bigger. He's way bigger, probably just as athletic. Like Lord have mercy.
He got
one specific play like 3 weeks ago. Like he was like right before the ball snapped. Like when they snapped it, he like grabbed both the O line's hands and like tugged them forward and then like swim moved him for the sack. That shit was nasty.
Yeah, he's different. He's different.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Carter is like probably the easiest answer. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So
anybody else in the mix? Though I like Joey Porter. I like Spoon.
I got
Banks. Deontay Banks to get some love too. All right,
Brian Branch. That's one I'm thinking
Branch
of.
can get some love too. He can get some love too. There's gonna be some guys definitely in the mix. All right, now this is where it starts getting fun. Offensive rookie of the year, MJ. You go first.
Ooh. So my preseason pick it was Christian McCaffrey. And I feel
no. Offensive rookie of the year.
Oh shoot! Offensive rookie. Shoot. Who's the guy? Shoot. Somebody. Yeah. Somebody can make me.
There's one answer that we should know the answer, and this answer is obvious. I got two. Actually, I got two people: C.J. Stroud or Puka Nacua.
Yeah, you're right.
It's unfair. C.J. Stroud's gonna win it, but I want Puka to win it. I want Puka to win it.
Well, Puka's right now, if I'm looking at it from the perspective of the midseason, Puka has been playing exceptionally well. He went into this season, honestly, I think a lot of people didn't really know who he was or what he could do.
He's out of BYU,
these past few games. Yeah, he's out of BYU. And he has played exceptional, and he's made clutch plays in multiple games. He's been balling in multiple matchups that the Rams have had to play with, and he's been just a stellar wide receiver overall. And I think that's just been that he deserves some love, especially in that hunt. I think why I agree with Random. They're probably going to give it to CJ Stroud, but I feel like we got to give at least Puka some love because he's just been playing incredible.
I think it'll be locked up if
the
Texans get that wild card spot. Yeah, it's probably high in the sky, but I'm saying like if they get that, there's no way that Puka winning that.
I ain't gonna lie. As much as I love Puka Nacua, I feel like there's no way you don't give it to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I mean the level, like I keep saying, the level of difficulty, the franchise that he's inherited, the fact that he's absolutely made them relevant, or people think they actually can compete in their division. I mean, they beat the Jaguars. They are right in the thick of it too, along with any team in the AFC South. I think there's a real chance that they could mess around and get a wild card spot. So I mean,
there are some other notables too, right?
Yeah, there for sure. As historic of a start as Puka Nacua's had to his career, so has CJ Stroud, and I think that's why it's hard to look past the quarterback as the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
but there are some other notables.
So honorable mention
to Stroud, to be honest,
Jordan Addison, who's been coming on, obviously with Jettis hurt. Oh yeah, was it not Zay Flowers? Tank Dell for Houston, but you can say that's a product of CJ. And then if Achane didn't get hurt, Devon Achane, if he didn't get hurt,
well, I mean, you missed.
We're gonna put Bijan in this conversation. I was about to
say that too. Like Arthur Smith doesn't want to use him, so what do you want to do?
Lie. He definitely
Bijan's a good one too.
Don't. There's only one game he didn't really use him, and that's because he was sick. I mean, that's not Arthur Smith's fault.
Why
even dress him then? If you knew he was sick, why even dress him?
Because Bijan thought he can play. That's not Arthur Smith's fault.
Yeah, that's. That whole situation was weird because it's like if he could play, then you dress him. But if he said he wasn't feeling well, so they didn't dress him. It's just something where it was like you should have. If you weren't feeling well, you probably should have addressed this beforehand. But if it was something like he got up that morning to go to the game and he was feeling bad, then I could have kind of understood it. But the only other two guys that I could think of right now that I don't think we've mentioned, Jordan Addison, maybe, if I put a name out there, and maybe Jahmyr Gibbs, if we have that conversation, because I think they've both been doing well on respective teams, because I think Jahmyr Gibbs has been playing very well in the situation that he's in right now with Detroit.
Last 2 games, he's definitely been playing well. I'll give you that for sure.
He had like 150 rushing yards against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That Buck game. Told you that was not going to be close. I think that was a bad team. But the only person that was actually going to make this a race was CJ Stroud, because this CJ Stroud clearly, and it's unfortunate. And I was that man AR. Anthony Richardson, man, he came out balling, bro. I was so high because he's doing everything that people were expecting him. He was making timely throws. Like, you obviously is not the most accurate guy, but he was making throws that counted, of course, and obviously that rushing ability, that athleticism. If he didn't get injured, it would be very close between him and CJ, honestly.
I agree, actually, 100%.
Real
go
quick,
ahead, Lonnie.
With Jordan Addison, like, the rookie TD record is 17, and like he's already at 7. Like, so if he like ends up breaking that record, do you think like
17 touchdowns?
Yeah, from Randy Moss.
You think he's gonna have 10 more touchdowns before the season?
I'm saying if.
I mean, actually,
I'm saying if.
It's not impossible because
if
Jettis is out.
But Jettis is probably coming back in a few weeks.
He's coming back in
but right now you get your eats on. Right now you could get you 2 touchdowns a game, 6 touchdowns the rest of the year. It could be doable.
I would agree if
Kirk was there. If they go tank mode though, which you said they're not.
But I find it really hard for him to win that record. I'm not gonna lie. It's not impossible.
Yes, because if you watch Jordan Addison, the balls Kirk was throwing to Jordan Addison to make those plays were ridiculous. Like, he was making really good touchdown grabs. It wasn't like wide open. It was contested dimes in his pocket. Josh Dobbs is just not going to do that.
I'm just saying, if they keep losing games, they might be like, hey, Justin, like maybe rest that hammy an extra week or 2. Like, you know, just
I would
just
too.
Be
I
safe.
would do the same thing too.
Just to be safe.
He's up for a contract.
I would do the same thing too. I'm up for some money. We ain't doing nothing this year. I might chill the rest of the way too. I wouldn't be mad at him. What's after that? Okay, so now defensive player of the year. Go ahead, Grant.
I got 4 players, and y'all can make or break with give you one player. All right, so if I'm throwing this in here, I'll throw the one that I think is the Myles Garrett right now. Myles Garrett, that man has been is one of the best edge rushers right now in the NFL. He has been playing, like, if we go back and watch how he played against the Colts, how he literally hurdled over the field goal unit to block a kick, and then also basketball crossed another guy to get the set. Like, that's like it's honestly so impressive to see. And I think a lot of people have been disrespecting Myles Garrett and what he's been doing this season. And he's one of the best edge rushers right now, in my eyes, in the entire NFL. So we got to put some of respect on that man.
Could I just go next? Because I'm just going to continue the Glaze train for Myles Garrett.
The Glaze train.
Wow.
So, mind you.
That's wild.
Mind you, I've seen Myles Garrett legitimately he changed the Colts game. He won another game by himself. Like, he's legitimately being the most impactful defensive player, at least in my opinion, in the league. I don't know I guess you can name other than him for the award, who has had the amount of impact. He's up there in I think he has almost 10 sacks on the season, does he not? Let's see, 3, 4, 7.5. So he has 8.5 sacks right now. He's just a monster, man. He's changing games by himself. It's like he's hit it feels like he's hitting his peak as a defensive player right now. So it's Myles Garrett. I don't know who else you can even name that's even close.
With that said, Myles Garrett is obviously the best defensive player in the NFL. We know this, right? When I'm talking about defensive player of the year, I'm thinking about how much of your impact is contributing to winning. Myles Garrett is that defense for the Browns, of course, but there's another player that is the defense for a different team, helping them win games. You know what that defensive player is?
Who?
Danielle Hunter. Daniil Hunter is
Oh my
the Vikings defense.
I'm not
bro.
mad at it though, because
He's actually leading in
Bro.
sacks, so it's not even a
he's leading
crazy
in
thing
sacks.
right now.
Yeah, it's not a crazy
Yeah,
thing.
he is
So,
leading.
Daniil Hunter, because the biggest thing behind
Yeah.
the Vikings is the only way. their
Yeah, you might be a
defense is
Vikings
building-
fan, bro. You might be a Vikings fan, bro.
I'm just putting. Hey, we're looking defensive
Daniil
player of the
Hunter
year
is crazy.
for the first. How is it crazy?
I'm
Defensive
just
player of
saying,
the year
Daniil
10
Hunter.
sacks is
Daniil Hunter was
crazy.
for the
one. It's
first
like
8 weeks. I'm just talking about the first 8 weeks or 9 weeks. Who has been Myles Garrett's a good selection, but so is Daniil Hunter.
best selection.
Daniil Hunter is the Vikings defense, if we're being completely honest. That defense is way less talented than Myles Garrett's defense. Let's be completely honest. At the very least, he has star corners, he has good young players, he has another edge rusher right next to him in Zadarius Smith. The Vikings, they don't got that stuff. They don't got that stuff. Shout out Brian Flores for like being the ultimate blitzer, but that only works if Daniil Hunter is that guy. So, hey man, that Daniil Hunter, defensive player of the year.
That was a good point. I still got Myles Garrett, but
Yeah.
but I just feel like you have to take into account like the team's record into it.
They got the same record basically.
Oh, they don't.
But what
No,
you
they
think
literally
Joshua Dobbs about to take him to the promised land?
I'm just talking about the first 8 weeks. Hey, after this, Myles Garrett has it. I mean, but
Yeah. I think also looks. I mean, oh shoot, they did both beat the 49ers. I think Myles Garrett's he's still the favorite, but it's closer than a lot of people think.
I have the odds if you want them.
Well, real quick, I was about to say the only person that I think that can maybe overtake Myles Garrett, because it is Myles Garrett clearly right now, would be maybe Micah Parsons if he goes off these next few games. But no, it's Myles Garrett right now. But I think they're like equal in odds right now, aren't they?
Myles Garrett's
odds
plus
at the end of the year.
200.
We don't care about the
Micah,
end of the year. This is mid-season.
So
What are we
we're
talking about?
we're just going right now. Myles Garrett is plus 200. Micah Parsons and TJ Watt are tied at plus 225.
I don't know how. Because the other player I would put in the conversation before Michael Parsons and TJ Watt, if I'm being honest, is Josh Allen on the Jaguars. Because the Jaguars, the offense has been kind of average, but that defense has been legit. And that's led by Josh Allen. So, I mean, I know Michael Parsons is the big name, TJ Watt's the big name, but if we're talking about impact, come on, bro. Hey, man, Josh Allen and Daniil Hunter doing their things. I'm just saying.
I'm mad no one mentioned Roquan Smith either, because he's been balling.
Shout out to Roquan, man. I think it's Myles Garrett as well. I'd probably say second place for me would definitely be, I like Daniil Hunter. I'm going to give my guy Quincy Williams over there with the Jets some love, bro. He's been balling out. One of the best middle linebackers in football. Does not get enough credit for the impact he has. I think he has been our best defensive player, and this includes a team where we just literally extended his brother Quentin Williams to a massive contract. But Quincy Williams, I mean, I just don't think when it comes to just flat out instincts, he has all the tools. He's not my defensive player of the year. It is definitely Myles Garrett, but I wanted to give him some love because this is why I say the NFL does need a most improved player award, either on the offensive and defensive end of football. Just because I just think there's not enough ways to showcase players who have legitimately stepped up their game. Like if I had to give it a comeback player of the year to add those two most improved, I would, just because there's so many most improved players that you can think of, but a guy like Quincy Williams is not going to get any love, but he has literally been one of the best middle linebackers in all of football right now. He has not gotten the credit. He's due. We're going to owe him an absolute bag. But I hope he gets to stay. I think he could be our middle linebacker of the future. All right. So to offensive player of the year. I'll set the tone. My pick right out the gate. I think the majority of y'all going to say C-Mac. I'm going to Tyreek Hill. I think he right now, I understand C-Mac has the record for most consecutive touchdowns, but Tyreek Hill right now to me, actually, it's really a coin flip because it's right between Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown. 125 yards a game. AJ Brown by the end of the year. Obviously, we're going mid-season. So mid-season as it stands right now, I think I would lean Tyreek Hill. But do not be surprised by the end of the year, AJ Brown really being in that conversation for that award. I mean, 125 receiving yards a game is unheard of stuff. That's why I compare him to baby Terrell Owens. But right now, as of the mid-season award, if I will do mid-season awards, it's definitely Tyreek Hill at this very moment.
Yeah, I got
Me,
Tyreek Hill.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I would say, really, like, obviously, I love my man AJ Brown. My preseason pick was Christian McCaffrey, and I feel good about that. But just the tear that Tyreek Hill is on. I mean, having over 1,000.
Yo, he's crazy, bro. He's crazy.
Like
8 games.
You're not even
8 games in.
Games,
8 games in, bro. He already cracked the case.
That's ridiculous. So I think with this race specifically, this one is really going to be determined by a record, because I think this one is going to be determined by a record, because like it'll pick him. You got AJ Brown, who's literally done stuff that we have never seen.
They both
Jerry
Rice. 2,000. They both can get 2K, bro. If you look at their numbers, Tariq got a little bit over him, but AJ Brown right at 1,000 too. He damn near like he go ahead.
935. 935.
935, bro. Like it's right there.
Tyreek and AJ are doing things that Jerry Rice and Calvin really have not. I mean, Calvin Johnson have not done.
Not facts.
And we're not talking about like cumulative stats over like a 17 game. We're talking about, what have y'all done up
8 games?
8 games, bro. So it's crazy. Again, Christian McCaffrey is, he's that dude for the 49ers. Like, I think they do miss Debo, but if Christian McCaffrey was out, Brock Purdy would really get exposed. So I think you can't go wrong with either pick, bro. But I'm gonna still go by McCaffrey.
Are you still staying McCaffrey? Okay.
I would go Tyreek. Obviously the skid by the 49ers is a big part of it, but also he's McCaffrey's a little bit hurt right now as well. So he hasn't, like, they only gave him 15 carries last game. Like, so he's not, and McCaffrey is a dual threat weapon out of the backfield. So I see where you're saying with AJ Brown. I just think that Tua's just gonna be like, at one point, just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna feed Tyreek Hill. Like, for instance, I just looked on their PFR. AJ Brown's at 117 a game, and Tyreek's at 126 a game receiving. So like, they're just gonna, yeah, Miles, it's at 117. Like, I just looked it up right now. I can send you the link. But
we know why that is.
Yeah. So my only thing is that also I think at some point, because since the Eagles can win different ways, that AJ Brown might just be hurt by that at certain points in terms of what if they're just like, no, we just need to run the ball today, and AJ Brown just a casualty of that. And I think even when it's bad with Miami, they're just be like, we're still going to just keep giving Tyreek the ball. So I think that's the deciding factor.
Damn, Lonnie, your loud ass keyboard.
Shaking my head, man.
He's gonna get So Tyreek's just gonna get the volume that's gonna eventually carry him to win the award.
Turn the game down.
I'm interested to see what Tyreek does against the Jets defense. Play him twice upcoming,
even the
coming up
defense.
this season.
So I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have Reek in a box though. I'm gonna be honest, but it's just because nobody could really work with the Jets defense, bro. Nobody got nothing for us, gang. Nobody got nothing for us.
Hey, man, I respect it. I will say this, because I was thinking over it. Tyreek Hill, honestly, for me, kind of like J-Rob, so far it's been between Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown, and I was like, how much? Yeah, it's a milestone, 1,000 yards and all that stuff. Well, when I'm talking about straight dominance, ever since week 3. Nobody could stop AJ Brown. Like, it's not even a question. Nobody could guard this man.
Talk about it, please. Somebody talk about it.
Oh my God! Now check some homework.
Throwing it up to AJ Brown's like little boy, and
little boy, bro. Breeze's grown man. He is baby boying, bro.
If we're saying, because for week 1 he had 79 yards, week 2 he had 29 yards. If Jalen Hurts was throwing to him like he was week 3. He would be over Tyreek Hill per season.
Yeah, 1200, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm gonna go the dominance. I like Tyreek Hill, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing. No one has been as dominant as AJ Brown.
Is this the real
right
Mookie?
Yes, sir. What it is. It's
the real Mookie. It's the real Mookie. All right, Mookie, we doing mid-season awards right now. So right now we doing what is it? Is this Offensive Player of the Year? Finish up, Riddell. Then we're gonna get yours, Mook.
And man, AJ Brown is my Offensive Player of the Year. I think he's just been the most dominant receiver the most dominant player the first 8 weeks.
Salute to Puka once again. He just keeps piling up in those rankings.
That boy AJ Brown might be Debo Brown for real. He the real deep. Go ahead, Mook.
Offensive player of the year. It's not even close. It's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill made a historical production, I believe, last week. The most 1,000 yards. He's the fastest to get over 1,000 yards in like a couple of games, like seven to 8 games as well. No other receiver has done that. Give a shout out to Tyreek Hill. Without him on the Dolphins offense, that is not elite level offense, bro. In my opinion, bro.
I could agree with that. No, I could agree with that actually.
I agree with that, but you can say the same thing about AJ Brown.
No, but AJ Brown
Smith is better than Jalen Waddle.
He has Goddard.
Is he?
He has the elite level running game.
They close.
And he has elite level O line that has a great running game. So, AJ Brown's been great. Look, I think he's better than Stephon Diggs, bro. In my opinion, bro. I think AJ Brown.
He's spitting right now.
I think AJ Brown has officially, like, for over the last 2 years of what his impact has done to the Eagles' offense. I think right now he's solidified himself as a top 5 receiver. I think he's right at 5. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, they got to go with time.
Wait, but if you look at, let me ask you this, Mookie. If you look at, because I think Hill is at 1,000, but AJ's at 935. Do you think that, obviously we're doing the mid-season, but do you think by like week 16, 17, this conversation could be closer later on, or do you think Hill going to just run away with it?
Listen, it's close because I think it's been 1 to 2. Like, we talking about the best wide receivers of this season, bro. It's like 1 to 2, either AJ Brown or Tyreek Hill.
I agree with that part.
I think he has an opportunity to surpass Hill in receiving yards, but it's like I said, it's the mid-season, so we got to see.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Go ahead, Lonnie.
No, I agree. I feel like it's Tyreek Hill right now, but what this low key reminds me of, like this race, even though it's not the same positions, like when I think it was 2013. I could be wrong about the year, but like when Rob Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham were going back and forth, like who was gonna get the most receiving yards, and then like really just came down to that last game. I feel like that could happen with this. Like, so whoever ends up the last game, whoever gets a little bit more yards, I feel like it's probably gonna end up winning Offensive Player of the Year, because I feel like they both could probably hit 2,000. But like,
bro, they both hit 2,000. If they both hit 2,000, I don't care what you say. You gotta comb. You gotta comb. If they both hit 2 bands, you have to comb. You have to comb.
They're not, but I agree with you. They're not.
What's Jerry Rice's record?
19 something.
19, bro. They got an extra game. They got the extra game. And the thing is, the difference between like Hill and the reason why AJ's even caught up is because he's doing $125 a game. That's kind of crazy. So that's how he got to 900 so quick, where he's right under. He's gonna have a 200, 300-yard game at some point. Like, it is so close. Who's your offensive player of the year, Ben?
Tyreek Hill for sure.
Tyreek Hill. All right, I like it. Now,
I got a little.
Hey,
go ahead, Early.
Did Cup get it that year?
No, he never got. Oh, offensive player of the year, yeah.
Yeah. When he did Triple Crown, when he got Triple Crown, yeah, he won that year. He had to.
I'm giving it to C-Mac. I think between C-Mac and Tyreek, whoever got the best record, they're gonna probably give it to.
I can get down with that, but I like C-Mac too. But I'm telling you, AJ Brown will be a finalist for the award. Because
but when we talk about
Christian might have like 30 TDs, dog.
Early. That's the thing. When we talk about impact, no other offensive player has better impact than Tyreek Hill, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Right. I think Christian is the closest.
I agree with that.
Christian is the closest thing, but I just feel like whoever has the best record, and T-Mac looking at like 25, 30 touch on some LT type stuff this year. Now, like, he get it out the mud, running, catching. So
I like it. I think
you put up 30 TDs total. Come on.
But Early, I will say this to AJ Brown's, just to give him a little bit more credit, because obviously I picked Hill, but the same way you kind of just throw it to Hill and let him cook, you kind of just close your eyes and throw it to AJ and let him cook too. Like, they really be like, Jalen be like, AJ, Arthur Juan is down there somewhere and throws it up, and Arthur Juan just makes play after play.
Okay, can I ask you a question though?
Yeah,
so so everybody believes that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if you got a Patrick Mahomes type, right? You a GM, right? So you got Patrick on lock, and he say, look, For the next 10 years, you get AJ Brown at his prime, or you get Tyreek at his prime. Who you picking?
You're not gonna like my answer.
Yeah, you're not gonna like my
AJ.
answer too. You're
I
not
do
gonna like, you
AJ,
ain't gonna
bro.
like my
I ain't
answer
gonna
either.
lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie. You're not gonna like my answer either, bro.
I do AJ because what did the Chiefs do without him, bro? Granted, Mahomes is that guy, but it's not like they skipped a beat. They just plugged and play. McCall Hardman.
What?
But wait. But has
Tyreek Hill's
AJ?
speed is like that, but there's
But has AJ been able to go somewhere?
Hold on. What we not gonna do?
Hey, Mook, talk to him, Mook.
Tyreek Hill impact, bro. Well, first of all,
discounting Tyreek Hill's impact, bro. Come on, what we talking about?
That was nasty.
Tyreek Hill is the best wide receiver. He's the best wide receiver in the game. So if we got Tyreek Hill,
yeah, Jettis. I got Jettis.
No, it's Tyreek.
Yeah, it's Jettis. Jettis better.
No, it's Tyreek.
I got it. I'm saying it. If Jettis didn't get injured, he would be in the same conversations as Tyreek Hill.
We'll be talking about Jettis.
Yeah, until Kirk got hurt. Now we don't know how he's gonna get the ball all the time.
No, it's not Jettis. Tyreek Hill has more impact than Jettis.
I think it's Tyreek right now, just because Tyreek could just do things Jettis cannot do. And what I mean by that is like, bro, that play against the Bills was, to me, will always forever be the absolute definition of what Tyreek Hill is. No other receiver in the history of the game could have took that slant as far down the field as Tyreek Hill did. Because if you remember that play, all he did was run past guys. No.
Hey, Mook, let me cook real quick, Mook. First and foremost, let's get something very clear. Tyreek is so good, any quarterback. He can make any quarterback in the NFL look good.
I agree.
Any quarterback.
So
any quarterback. You thought, no, he can't. No, he can't.
Not to the same level, though. Not to the same level.
Not to the same level.
Not to the same level.
Yeah,
They went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs, and Ryan Tannehill's entire career was reinvigorated thanks to this kid from Ole Miss.
Well, were we saying Ryan Tannehill was top 10?
Could you? Okay, can we say this? Can we say this? Hold up.
The year he came back, yes.
Oh, he was top 10 that year?
The year he was never no
top 10 quarterback.
I don't know.
He wasn't top 10 that season.
Hold on.
Can I say this? Can I say this?
That was the year they were the number one seed, right, J-Rob?
No.
If we doing
Was that the
this,
year they were the number one seed?
Fellas, can I say this? Can I say this, please? I got 1 point to make. If Tyreek Hill plays for the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry, how do you put 8 in the box? What would Derrick Henry look like with Tyreek Hill, knowing you gotta have somebody?
They put 8 in the box. They put 8 in the box with AJ out there, and they still couldn't.
And he was only getting 1,000 yards. Tyreek putting up 1,600 with
his rookie year. He got 1,000 yards.
His rookie was better than Ryan Tannehill. Like.
And AJ Brown just
also you have to.
It's not like he hit his.
You're saying
all I'm saying is,
which is true, but he played with Mahomes. What do you want him to do? Put AJ with Mahomes and see what AJ does.
All I'm trying to say to you earlier is I don't believe that. Like I believe the same way you could kind of just throw it to Hill and let him just make a play. I think AJ is very much that receiver from what I've seen right now too, bro. Like. He mossing 2 grown men at the same time, dunking on their heads, bro, and grown men in both of them. Like, I feel like the same way you could. I'll give you Tyreek Hill is the better receiver right now. I'm not going to dispute that, but I'm just saying in terms of being able to impact an offense, I think any receiver of any quarterback in football, the same way you get Tyreek Hill, you got AJ Brown because of how just differently physical. Like I thought DK Metcalf was extremely physical. AJ Brown. From the physicality point as a wide receiver, I don't think there's anything better in the league right now than AJ Brown. Like,
yeah, and we gotta recognize
you are high on AJ Brown.
I'm high. I am.
He's top 5, early top 5, bro.
Early. Just watch the tape again, please. We'll watch it together, bro. I'm telling you, this guy, I can't. Like, you know, when somebody becomes undeniable, AJ Brown to me has become undeniable. Like,
but I just feel like
what else do you want him to do?
J-Rob, that's how how you feel with AJ Brown. Think he like top 2 or shit. Like I felt that with Michael Thomas when he was like in his prime.
Yeah, he was OD. He was dominating.
I just feel like AJ
was
Brown
dominating. He was dominating,
bro.
He was. I mean,
I'm not mad at that. In Michael Thomas's prime, he was dominating. He was dominating.
I just feel like AJ Brown is a physical receiver, right? And because he's a physical receiver,
Baby T.O.
if I'm gonna put him, stop it. If I'm gonna put him on that level, is he a Calvin Johnson? Like I think Tyreek Hill's speed is better than anybody I've ever seen.
Don't say he's Calvin Johnson. Don't say he's Calvin Johnson. Don't do it.
No,
he's not. He is not Calvin Johnson, J. Rob. It's not.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm not
talking
saying
about him like Calvin Johnson.
Hold on, can I say this? I'm not saying he's Calvin. I'm not saying he's Calvin Johnson.
MJ.
But he could be. And what I mean by that, hear me out. That's why I give him the TO. That's why I give the TO. That's why I give him the TO comparisons, because y'all can't disagree with me in the same way that you could have with Calvin Johnson. You could just throw it downfield and your guy coming up with it. AJ is one of those guys. You can throw it up in double coverage, and he's taking it from both guys.
J-Rob, there's a difference. There's a difference, J-Rob.
If Calvin Johnson is AJ, if Calvin Johnson is Megatron,
bro, you out here talking about you doing this, bro.
Stop, guys, stop.
I didn't make you cry the last time I was on gridiron, bro.
Stop.
Let J-Rob finish. Let J-Rob finish.
Mookie, do not respond. If Calvin Johnson is Megatron, AJ Brown is Bumblebee, bro. He's the new wave. He's the new era of this Transformer stuff, bro. Do
you hear yourself? Does Bumblebee compare to Megatron? Like you hear yourself?
So he's Optimus. Megatron is Optimus Prime.
AJ has at least like 5 great years.
I try to do Bumblebee because it's the new generation, it's the new wave.
There's a difference between beating double teams and beating triple teams consistently. There's a difference.
Random.
Okay, that's fine.
Random.
The thing is,
let me say this, random.
The AJ Brown is an elite jump ball. Like you
catching traffic
and his yak ability.
But the difference between Calvin Johnson and AJ Brown,
which is
why I won't say the 1-to-1, is that AJ Brown is a better route runner and his yak is ridiculous. You cannot tackle this dude, bro.
Can't tackle him, bro.
Body people and just go right through you.
There's a difference between elite and GOAT.
I'm telling you right now, Emmanuel Forbes.
But you can't tackle Tyreek Hill because he's too fast to catch.
I agree, but that's the thing. We're saying they're equal. We're saying they're equal in that regard, though, because they both do something that you literally can't game plan or stop because they are just God-givenly different. And I look at them guys as those two type of guys. Like, bro, AJ Brown, yak is insane too. Like Emmanuel Forbes of the Washington Commanders is finally going to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that they finally played their 2 games against the Eagles already.
What do you think he does the best? What do you think AJ Brown does the best?
I ain't gonna lie. I used to think Jamar Chase is better. I don't know, bro.
He's not.
I'm telling you
again. I don't know, bro.
AJ Brown been better since last year.
What does AJ Brown do the best?
He's been better since last year.
Mookie, last year, I don't even remember if he was on the show. Me and Ben said this conversation between Jamar Chase and AJ Brown is closer than y'all willing to have to talk about. But now, because of the start he's had to the year, he's been so undeniable that we're finally allowed to have a conversation. And Mookie, I'm just glad somebody else is starting to just open up their mind to it because it's not crazy, bro. AJ Brown, what does AJ Brown do good? I don't think there's a receiver right now in football better at catching in traffic right now. Catching in traffic right now, he's been the best receiver.
Catching traffic, shaking
I think the only receiver right now, who's shown me better yak might be CD Lamb. But in terms of the yak right now, AJ Brown got it because you literally can't tackle him on the first go.
Well,
he's taking hitches. Debo too, but Debo been hurt. I'm thinking about all the healthy guys right now. I'm going all the healthy guys because that's why we haven't really talked about like Tay Adams and Jetta's because Jetta's been hurt and Tay Adams' situation has been absolutely abysmal.
Then CD, yeah, I'll give
you.
Do you think he's the greatest route runner? I mean, yak of all time. Yak receiver of all time.
No.
Tyreek Hill is the greatest deep threat of all time. Tyreek Hill is the greatest deep threat of all time. Period.
Put some respect on Randy Moss's name.
Period.
Put some respect on Randy Moss's name.
Oh my God, random. First of all, Random, I love you, Random. I love you.
Watch Randy
I love
Moss
you.
Play.
But Tyreek Hill is the greatest deep threat of all time. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nah, Randy Moss.
I think I'll go Randy Moss. I'll go Randy Moss, bro. I will still go Randy Moss.
All right, okay. Even if he's second, do you think AJ Brown is the second greatest yak receiver of all time?
Tyreek
gonna-
Hill,
he-
top
AJ
three,
Brown's
top
younger.
He's gonna finish his career top 3, top 4 for sure.
He's younger. Like, just
Plus,
gonna
that's
finish
not
his
how
career
it
like-
works in assessing receivers.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's only
And
been
who has better
hold on.
yet? Who has better yet? Julio Jones or AJ Brown?
AJ
right
Brown.
to me, AJ
I was
Brown.
really just thinking about Juke
right now,
Julio.
AJ
I was
Brown.
really
Right
thinking
now,
about
AJ Brown.
Julio.
I love Julio, but right now the Yak is. I mean,
Saying in Julio's prime though, I don't know if it's.
The thing
he
is,
wasn't
Julio
scoring
was just
touchdowns, so he
faster
definitely
with
was
his
getting
yak.
yak.
He was faster with his yak, bro. Like, I don't know that one is.
Give me
That one
Tony.
is like, I don't know, bro.
like you gotta really think AJ Brown got stepped into the NFL in his only known success game.
Nah.
Like everything when
I can agree with that.
when his career is over and we look at his cumulative numbers, bro, he might be in these conversations, bro. You can't deny 28 rookie year, 8 TDs, 1,000 yards. His sophomore year, 11 touchdowns, 15 yards a catch, another 1,000 yards. His 2021, he missed some games through the injury. Still almost 900 yards, 5 TDs, and he still didn't play the whole year. Last year, bro, 1,511 TDs. He broke the Eagles' single season record for yards in this season. 8 games in, he's at 939, 15 yards a catch, 5 touchdowns in, bro. This guy's gonna have like 13, 14 touchdowns. He might have 1,800 receiving yards. This man is absolutely insane, man. Julio's a yak guy for sure. Julio definitely had yak, but I'm definitely taking AJ Brown's yak right now over Julio. He's just different, bro. And early to your point, I think they both do things. I think we both agree they both do things that you can't coach or can't teach. They both are game breakers, bro. But if you had to go the next 10 years, to me, it'd be a harder conversation than just going one way because AJ Brown, I think, has been absolutely insane. All right, before we get to the MVP, the midseason MVP of the league, we're gonna first go Coach of the Year. Who is your Coach of the Year right now?
I think
Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. It's not just the fact that the Lions are actually a very good team, right? I guess then that next tier behind the Eagles and the 49ers, it's the fact that he's changed the culture.
Yeah.
That team plays like it's much more than that. He has the credentials and he has a narrative push as well. So it's Dan Campbell.
Yeah, and then their schedule is just very easy. Like they're gonna win 12, 13 games. Like,
Yeah, I got.
it's not for him to win, bro.
What
If
else?
World War III starts,
think
I
they
want
gonna
Dan.
ride.
I want Dan Campbell as like my general.
No,
Like,
let
I
me
wa-
tell you something. If that Coach of the Year award goes to anybody but Dan Campbell, that coach needs to drive to Dan Campbell's house and drop his reward on.
Well, okay,
Period.
let's be fair though. Hold on. Let's be fair. I think there's 2 individuals that definitely deserve credit, and that's one guy. Last year he didn't get it, and that's Nick Sirianni. I think last year who got it? Last year?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think he deserves it right now.
Who
No,
won
in
it
terms
last
of
year?
no, they're gonna have
I'm
the
an
best
Eagles
record in
fan.
the NFL more than likely. So that's why I'm bringing it up.
Who won
Nick
it last
Sirianni.
year? Who won it last year?
And
Dabo.
Oh,
Dabo, yeah,
Nick
the Giants
Sirianni
coach.
should've won
So
last
that's
year.
why I'm
I
like
thought Nick Sirianni
Nick
should've won last
Sirianni getting the best record in football 2 years in a row. He deserves the coach in the year, in my opinion. Or the other guy is Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels, what he turned his Dolphins team into.
Rodell, how old are you, Rodell? I have never in my life, for 29 years on this earth, ever seen the Lions have what they rank 7-1, 6. What are they ranking? 6-2, 7-2. The Lions, dog. You understand that my whole life the Lions have been garbage, bro.
Facts.
They two of the greatest, dog. They
Okay.
arguably had the greatest receiver and greatest running back of all time, both retired 29. That's how bad they were, dog. It's no way no one gets over Dan Campbell, dog.
Well,
He
have the
changed, dog.
Dolphins
It's
haven't
like,
been
bro, it's like he
Hold on,
broke
they
Detroit.
The
You know how
Dolphins haven't been
poverty-stricken
anything
Detroit
good,
is?
like-
No, bro.
Actually,
Yo,
Detroit,
J-Rob.
yeah, Mike
Detroit?
McDaniel, no. Mike McDaniel, no.
J-Rob.
You know
I
who
think
should
it's
be-
Dan Campbell, but I think
They
those two
should give out
have
worst
a
coach
chance
of the year.
at for
They
sure,
should give out
especially if they
worst
both
coach of the
become
year,
one
man.
seeds.
Yeah,
You think they
if
should give out
was a
worst
one
coach of the year?
he should
Yes,
get
and I think the favorite would be fucking goddamn
Brandon Stanley.
Brandon Staley.
Brandon
Fact.
Staley is the worst coach of the year, bro.
Yo, you know,
Well, that is
it's
another
bad when you
coach got fired.
you start cursing before you can even think of their name for real.
Yeah, this man sucks, bro.
I
Yo,
think
but
I'm going Dan Campbell too. I think I'm going Dan Campbell too.
I have
Yeah,
Dan Campbell, but dark horse. If they can sneak into the playoffs and they go on a string of wins, Robert Saleh. You like the narrative driven. Like yo, when you lose A-Rod the first the first drive.
No.
I'm just saying narrative. No, I got Dan Campbell. I got Dan Campbell. But I'm just saying narrative-wise, you know how they like to use the
Dan Campbell making the Lions be this good is like it's almost like making Mook look like Michael B. Jordan. Like it's crazy.
But imagine, I'm just saying narrative-wise, like you had Aaron Rodgers. You thought you were gonna make it. You thought you were gonna be a Super Bowl contender, and you dragged Zach Wilson to the playoffs.
Who are the other contenders besides Dan Campbell?
I think Kyle Shanahan should get some recognition.
They lost 3 straight, bro.
Nah, not them 3 straight.
Hold on. Okay, so y'all don't think that his situation, we talking about in terms of quarterback play and the injuries as well, bro.
No.
The fact that he was able to, have the 49ers at top of the conference in the league, bro.
No.
They're not top in their division.
Facts.
Who's over them in their division?
Pete Carroll.
The Seahawks is late. They got like number 1.
What about Pete Carroll for Coach of the Year?
Hey. I ain't mad at
last year.
I can see that happening. If they make a run, I can see that happening. But if the Jets, honestly, if the Jets become, if the Jets are like top 5, then man, I don't know.
I mean, we got the clear.
It's gonna be close. I like Dan Campbell.
Said
I mean, Robert Saleh could figure it out.
Stop it.
Yeah, stop it. And now, the final hurdle of this whole thing, man. What is? See, this is why I can't have a web. Oh, come on, we gotta have our webcams though, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to say, Trav, you would have came up here. I was like, see, this is why I can't act like the.
I'm moving around.
Y'all good today. It's mid-season.
And I had to tell Random I love him. That's all. I had to let Random know I love him.
I got you. All right, let's get to the final.
What's happening?
Hurdle. We're doing mid-season awards. The final award. Mid-season MVP of the league.
That'd be crazy.
But you missed out, Trent. You missed out. We could get us caught to speed, but you gotta be quick. So I'm gonna give you the award. Just you gotta come up with a name quick, bro. No explanation. Comeback player of the year.
I mean, I'm still gonna say DeMar Hamlin. I don't care.
With no stats, DeMar Hamlin.
Is crazy.
He almost died. I know.
He legitimately
almost died.
You're right.
He doesn't have a single stat.
He almost died.
Okay, yeah,
he did that and they brought him back.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry, Jerry. I'll be alive, bro.
That's his stat.
I guess the surviving death might be it. I got you. Offensive rookie of the year.
That is like
Offensive rookie of the year. What's his name? CJ Stroud.
Defensive rookie of the year.
Jalen Carter.
Offensive player of the year.
Tyreek Hill.
Defensive player of the year.
Myles Garrett. But if we was winning games, i.e. the Giants, I would say Dexter Lawrence.
Okay. Not mad at that. Riddell said Daniil Hunter, and I wasn't mad at that either. And what I'm coach of the year.
Damn.
Most of us said Dan Campbell.
I'm not gonna lie. It's either Dan Campbell or Sirianni.
Right.
Maybe. I don't really like Sirianni.
Because I wasn't here. I wasn't here for the defensive rookie. Y'all got to get Witherspoon for the Seahawks some love, dog.
No, we did. We
did early.
Y'all cite Jalen Carter because he played for the Eagles, dog. Devin Witherspoon is everywhere on that goddamn football.
No, I agree. I said Spoon needs some love too. Lil Spoon is.
He getting me like Ed Reed vibes, dog. The way he be out there, man. It's kind of crazy.
He remind me actually of Tyrann Mathieu for real.
Yeah, I love.
He's one of those players that I think is better. I think he's better, like not playing. I think he's more valuable not playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they put him in safety,
let him play everywhere. Let him be everywhere. But whatever that star position that Tyrann Mathieu played, that's what I would have him play. Just let
I didn't even know he played corner. I thought he was a safety the way he played because he getting sacks, he getting picked.
So the first 2 games of the year, he played Jamal Adams' position because he was hurt. So that's why when everybody first see him, he was getting picks in all these weird locations on the field. He was really playing star. He wasn't playing corner. So that's why they have Kobe. Remember, they got Kobe Bryant. So they have Kobe Bryant playing the other corner. All right, and the one we all been waiting for.
Name of your kid Kobe Bryant is crazy. That's crazy.
COBY. He spelled it like Captain Kobe without the K. My question for y'all right now, the final question for the award show, and mid-season MVP of the league. Trent, we'll start with you.
What you were saying 2 weeks ago, big trust.
Big trust. Whoa, whoa.
Big trust.
Whoa.
I ain't lying. I mean, Ravens stuff done with mad injuries. Lamar been balling, bro. I think if it ended today, I think it's Lamar and Tyreek Hill.
Oh my goodness!
I love it. I love it. Wait. You go last. You'll go last. You'll go last because we know you got to go crazy.
Let me go, Gerard.
Go ahead, Ben.
I'm not gonna lie. Although they've been playing kind of bad, I still got CMC. I'm not even gonna hold you.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
I got CMC.
Go ahead, MJ.
Dang. All right. Our preseason was Lamar. I'm gonna stick by that, but my man Hurts. If he goes crazy in this stretch, bro, trying to look. If he goes crazy,
if he goes stupid, yeah.
He goes if they go like because they playing the Cowboys twice and the Chiefs and the Bills 49ers. That's 6 games. If he goes 4-2, he's in there.
If they go
5-1,
yeah, 6-0. Yeah, you have to put him in the conversation.
He would have won it last year if he doesn't get hurt, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hey, so a guy that's turn over the ball exceptionally is the MVP.
Turn over the ball exceptionally. What do you mean by like interceptions?
Interceptions.
What are his?
How many interceptions? How many interceptions do we have on the year, Boogie?
I think he has 8. I think he has 8 of the year.
8? He has 8. He has 8 of the year.
Wait,
Moogie. Wait. Oh, you're talking about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Lamar Jackson.
No.
I'm about to say Moogie.
Jalen Hurts
Lamar got 3 picks, bro. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hurts has hella turnovers. Not gonna lie, he has hella turnovers.
And he's clearly hurt, and he's still playing.
But I ain't gonna lie. But you got to think though, for the rest of the year though, let's say he only has like 2 more picks for the rest of the year, he has like what I'm gonna say 25 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions. It's not gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna account for so much.
Fellas, if the Eagles go 16-1, this might be the first time in history a receiver gets the MVP. Dog, they might give it to AJ Brown solely the fact that because he's.
I ain't gonna lie, Trent. Come on now, yeah.
But I put like this. I said this yesterday. If say match league, they find both of them break 2K. Just do like how you did Steve McNair and Peyton.
You gotta comb. That's what. We said that. We said if we literally set up here. If I said earlier if Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown both go for 2,000. I don't care who has a higher 2,000 number. Co both of them.
Yeah, just co MVP.
It ain't never been done before. Co both. You got to co both of them.
Yeah,
I might call him for MVP, bro. For real.
Yeah, co MVP.
2,000 receiving yards is never been done. So 2 people to do it in 1 year, crazy, bro.
Here goes Cowboys beat.
MVP of the year, MVP.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Yeah, I'll go. All right. So MVP means most valuable player, right? Most valuable player.
Let me just go ahead and take this off
especially
already.
considering who's on the team, right? You know what I'm saying? So
He wanted to say Kirk Cousins so bad.
I'm gonna say 2 things here.
No, he's gonna say Mahomes. That's what he's
I'm gonna say my first 8-week MVP, and I'm gonna say who I think is gonna win the MVP by the end of the year.
Okay.
Who I think is gonna win the MVP by the end of the year? I think they're gonna go on a huge run, and I think that's Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is gonna win the MVP. Personally,
he'll definitely enter the conversation for sure.
And then who I think is the first 8-week MVP? I mean, I already said it. Terrible defense, terrible O-line. Hey, man, your number 1 receiver goes out. A lot of fumbles. The running backs are terrible. Top 2 in passing yards.
Nah, you can't do that. No, stop. You can't do that. You can't do
Playing
that.
against some of the best teams in football.
And he still lost.
First 8-week
lost
MVP.
most of them.
Kirk Cousins.
If you want to do that, then
Cousins, you know what I'm saying, bro? Hey, man, he's doing a lot with nothing. I'm just saying, bro.
I never met a Kirk Cousins fan. That's crazy.
That's tough, Riddell. That's tough.
I mean, I'm
for me right
play.
now. Mid-season MVP of the league. My pick going into the year was Lamar Jackson. I think after 8 weeks, if we're really talking about most valuable, we're talking about a guy who didn't have 7 of his starters, was missing 2 pieces of his O-line to start the year. Corners out on his defensive end. I'm going to say the MVP of the league mid-season got to be Lamar Jackson, because I definitely think if they didn't have him, they would not have the record they have right now. I think he could be in a situation where he can go on an even better run, because I think their offense has started clicking more now than it has at the beginning. So I think you could have a considerable year. Somebody who I do think could enter the mix though and really challenge him. I got two names. One, I'm going to go both receivers, the one in Miami and the one in Philadelphia. I'm going to consider them as one because breaking 2,000 receiving yards, which they both have the chance to do, that'll automatically put you in that MVP conversation. But from a quarterback standpoint, though, I'm not going to lie. Everything right now is in front of Jalen Hurts to enter the conversation, just because of his schedule.
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet he has to go to, because the MVP. The MVP is also about who got the best story, kind of like the Heisman Trophy. And that this back stretch for the Eagles, if Jalen Hurts can go, if Jalen Hurts in this next stretch can go 4-2. 5-1 against the teams he's about to play. And stop, please don't do that.
He's been playing great.
No,
don't do that.
All I'm saying is this, J-Rob.
Let me finish. Hold on. But don't let me at least finish my point before you put your hot ass breath into the mic. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But I would say if he can go, if Jalen Hurts in this next stretch can go 4-2. 5-1, I 100% can see it, and is able to take care of the football. That also needs to be preference. Taking care of the football while doing it. The Eagles mess around with their record, having 1 or 2 losses on the year. I don't know how you keep them out of the conversation. Also, I like the Joe Burrow pick too, but they have to go on the run. And there's some teams on their schedule. As much as Joe Burrow has played great, at this point, I don't know if they're going to win all of them games. It's going to be tough for them. It's not going to be easy.
If he does, though.
I'm gonna say this right quick. Y'all mentioned all.
Can I say one thing too? And Mookie, I would give some love to your man's Herbert, but I just don't think the record is gonna be able to. The record is not gonna help him, bro. The record is what's gonna kill him.
I also, I was gonna say, go ahead, Mookie. I'm gonna say
hold on. What you said, J-Rod? You cut. You don't think they?
No, I said I would give more love to Justin Herbert because he started the year crazy too, but I think because of the record, it will be hard to give him the nod because of the record that the Chargers have. And I don't think any of us are too confident how they're going to look the rest of the way.
Probably going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, if Justin Herbert had a better record, he would have been number 1 in this list.
That's crazy.
But, they value team success, they value winning, and they value the narratives and the story and all of that, right? And the person that's been the MVP this year has been Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has been the most valuable.
Not mad at it.
The Dolphins, bro. Like, since he's came to the Miami Dolphins, look what has he done with a noodle arm and Tua Tagovailoa, who was an inconsistent passer.
Now you got a noodle arm. Don't let Graham hear you say that.
So what I'm saying is this. Right? Tyreek Hill, versatility. He can line up on the backfield, he can line up in the spot. Bro, his route running, his speed downfield. Me and a more vertical wide receiver, bro. One of the best deep threat.
I'm not mad at it at all,
bro. And making history, the most for his first 7-8 seasons is Tyreek Hill.
I'm not mad at it. It's a good take.
I think Lamar, because Lamar team is winning. I think he would have been, up there more. You know what I'm saying? If he would have played more consistent throughout the totality of the regular season, right? I think he would have been up here. But the last 2-3 games, he's been playing good. So, him and then AJ Brown as well. I think those three, alongside with CMC,
I'm not mad at Tyreek Hill.
Is up there, bro.
I just feel like this, dog. I feel like this. We know the Dolphins defense sucks. I'm telling you, if the Eagles go 16-1, and AJ Brown got 1,800 yards or better, and he got 15 plus. Hold on, wait, and he got 15 plus touchdowns. No one is looking at Jalen Hurts on this panel. No one's looking at Jalen Hurts and saying, "Thank God that everybody." Listen. When everybody watch Jalen Hurts play, they say, "Thank God he got AJ Brown." They don't say, "Thank God AJ Brown got Jalen Hurts."
No, they don't. No, it's both ways, bro. It's both ways.
Hold on, real
Jalen
quick.
Hurts needs AJ Brown.
Hey, you turn over the ball 11 times, bro. That's not good for you.
One,
Bro.
if AJ Brown has 1,800 yards, he's not winning MVP. Second, I'm gonna do what Wardell did because he picked the MVP for the MCs that might have to enter the conversation. Y'all not going to like the name. I'm just saying because this team has to go through a little bit of a gauntlet too. They face some tough teams.
You better say it. I know you about to say it, Trent.
Don't say Dak Prescott. I swear to God.
Bro, I'm just saying if they win 12, 13 games and they play some good teams, you're gonna have to put him in the conversation, especially if he's playing good.
Because I ain't gonna lie, early, I agree with what you're
doesn't-
saying, but
he
you
had-
gotta also remember that MVP is quarterback award too, for real. Like they
Exactly.
always win quarterback.
You're gonna have to
So
put Dak in
Trent,
the
let me ask you
conversation,
something.
MJ.
Dak ain't winning that.
Hold on, Trent, let me ask you something.
He ain't winning
When
that.
is Justin Herbert obliterate the best defense in the league on Monday night, bro?
If
And
Justin
then go on
Herbert,
the
I ain't
road.
gonna lie. Wait, hold on. Damn, Mookie, wait, don't start that because I want to have that into an entire topic because that is literally one of the topics, bro. That Monday Night Football game. So let's just finish this MVP conversation before we get into that. Go ahead, Random.
I don't know if Trent actually said the name, but if you look at Miami's schedule, especially how they finish, look at the teams that they go, how they finish. Their last 5 are
What team is this? Miami? We talking
Miami.
about, Random?
And yeah, so you look at their last 5. You're looking Titans, Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, Bills. It's set up for Tua to win it. It's set up for Tua to win if he plays well. It's a quarterback award. I understand.
A lot of these guys are set up that way.
Yeah, but I understand that. But Tua, I like Tua as an outside chance to win the award. Obviously, I think he's not going to win it because Tyreek is going to take. Because Tyreek
he would have to beat the Chiefs.
No, I understand. It all starts with. If they win the Chiefs, he's definitely on the radar. He's an outside chance. He's still one of the leading leaders for MVP, by the way. If you guys go look at the odds,
for good reason. He's number 1 in passing yards and touchdowns. Like, regardless of what we say, he's gonna have a great stats by the end of the year.
It also helps. It helps a lot of quarterbacks when you have a dominant receiver like that who win MVPs. So I'm just saying
the Bills,
so
and the Eagles.
Yeah, I understand, but he plays. Think about it. He has a chance. He has a chance. Hold on, Mookie. Hold on, Mookie. He has a chance to avenge the Bills in the last game of the season, especially if it's close and he avenges it. So the last thing they see against the Bills is that he beats them. He takes out, if he beats the Ravens, obviously you could say the other way. He takes out another prospective MVP person in Lamar Jackson the week before, Cowboys the week before that, and it all looks good. And I think he's just an outside shot. The only thing is I don't think he'll win because Tyreek. Tyreek. No, I think Tyreek's gonna be a big part of it, and Tyreek will take votes from him. That's why he might not win.
All right. Let me ask you something. So, are we knowing? All right, how many turnovers Tua Tagovailoa has?
Like,
he has 7 picks.
7 right now. 7 on the year.
That's not bad.
How many turnovers Justin Herbert has?
Once again, it's the record.
Let me look right now. I look right
Herb
now.
ain't winning that jump, bro.
Herbert got.
The problem
is
it's the win. Y'all gotta win the
3 interceptions.
It's the wins though. It's the wins that's the problem.
Yeah, win games. Stop choking. How about that?
Mookie, how many? Wait, Mookie. Let me ask you this question about the Chargers. What? I'm gonna give you.
And these Chargers, bro.
Lost to Miami.
I think Herbert has the most losses. I think Herbert has the most losses since getting drafted.
Hold on. I was told that Justin Herbert is having a down year, but tell me how his production.
Who told you that?
Who are you talking to? Hold on, his production is close to Tua Tagovailoa, but he's more efficient than Tua Tagovailoa because he don't even turn over the ball as nearly as much as Tua.
What's his record? What's his record?
And stuff like that.
What's his record? They've never given it to a losing quarterback.
Down year though.
They've literally never given it to a losing quarterback in the entire 100-year history.
Mookie, if y'all,
no, I'm not saying. Hold on, I'm not saying that Justin Herbert deserved the award. But what I'm saying is that this narrative is that Tua Tagovailoa is having this elite level, out of the body experience last season. No,
he is
bro.
having
no one said out of the body. That. Where did all this come?
But he is having his best season.
He's having a good season.
He's having his best season.
I'm saying
this. We're hating on Tua for no reason. How is he number 1 in passing yards, number 1 in passing touchdowns, over 100 quarterback rating, not an elite season? He's playing the best
hold on.
As a quarterback this season.
Hold on. Hold on. It helps when you have the best weapon in football in the NFL right now.
Okay,
Justin
I
Herbert
agree with
has
that.
and
Justin
that
Herbert.
works
No,
for a
but-
lot of
Justin
but
Herbert.
Mookie-
Justin Herbert has Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams, and Palmer, and goddamn Quentin Johnson, bro. What are we talking about?
what's his
bro?
record,
You give
Mookie?
Justin
Not-
Herbert. You
He's
give
a
Justin
losing
Random,
quarterback
not even
right
that.
now.
Random,
What
not
do
even
you think
that.
he doing,
You
bro?
said that.
And the
You
pass
said that
yards is
Herbert.
not that big of a gap. How many pass yards Tua throw for?
MVPs, we've seen plenty of MVPs win with top weapons still.
All right.
So,
How many
that's not
pass
a
yards
point.
Tua throw for?
What's his record? Before you ask any of that, what's his record?
Well,
Mookie?
my
He's a
argument
losing
is that he's
quarterback.
not
Random, not even
No,
that. Not even
How,
that.
hold on.
Random.
How are
You
y'all going to sit there and say he's
But
the
those are
most
winnable
valuable
games.
player
Like he could have
when he's
beat the
not even the most
Cowboys.
valuable player on his team?
We've
I see
seen
Mookie,
other.
but Mookie's trying to say is that because Tua's getting carried by, he feels like Tua's getting carried by Tyreek Hill. So how are we
That's
going to value?
Mookie
How
also
are you
said.
going to value?
Mookie
That's
also
a good
said
point.
if Justin Herbert was winning games, that would be his MVP. But he also said that Herbert is also
That's
having.
true though. That's
He-
true
That's
though.
true though.
That's
If they was
true.
He
winning
also
games,
just said that
Justin
Herbert's having a
Herbert-
similar. He also said that Herbert's having a similar season
okay,
with
but
Tua.
here's
So
the
like
thing,
that's
here's what Mookie is
contradicting
saying,
yourself.
Lonnie, here's what
No,
Mookie
it's
is
not.
saying. He feels that, and I think we all agree. Justin
could
Herbert
agree
is the
with
most valuable player on this Las Vegas.
100%.
On the Chargers, right?
Facts. At 100%.
I also think this too.
Yeah, we
but
agree
Mookie
with
probably
that.
thinks this too. I think he thinks that Tyreek Hill was the most valuable player on the
I
Dolphins.
agree.
And
And
the
I agree
Dolphins-
with that.
I
I
agree.
agree with that as well.
But once
But I
again,
can make a I can make an argument that Randy Moss is the most valuable player in 07.
Hold on, early. I'm saying is if the Chargers, if what Mookie is saying is right, if the Chargers were like, what's their record right now? Like 2-4, 2-5?
They
They're
3
3
and
and
4.
4.
3 and 4.
3 and 4, about to be 3 and 5.
If they was 5-3 or
If they was 5-3 or
they losing to
if
the
they
Jets,
were,
bro.
but they're not. What
yeah,
are we
okay,
talking about?
but that's what Mookie is saying though, bro. You gotta listen to his point.
I know, I got you, but
No, but he's
why would we
talking
entertain that when they're
Tua. But he's
not?
also saying Herbert's having a similar season than Tua. So like,
Well, I
what
don't
I'm saying
think
is
Tua is in
Tua
the
is
conversation.
having an
He's
like,
I'm only saying he's
this is an
outside.
outlier year. This is an outlier year for Tua.
No, this is all of this is irrelevant
Yes,
because
it
we're
is.
talking about
It's
last
an
year
outlier.
with the Eagles.
what does that have to do with
AJ
winning
Brown
MVP?
is better
He's not
than
winning
Jalen
no
Hurts.
MVP.
But
Well, I'm
last
saying, what
year,
does him having an outlier
Jalen
season have to do
Hurts,
with
He's
MVP?
still one of the
Wow.
biggest
Wait,
odds to win
wait,
the
wait.
award. What are we
Y'all
He's
talking
in
about?
MVP.
Tua name
So
out
what are
of
we
this,
talking
bro.
about?
So it doesn't really
Leave-
matter.
leave
if
his
someone
name out
was
of
better
it.
than
Can I say
the
this?
team.
Can
It's
I say
irrelevant.
this?
Leave his name out of this.
think
Mention
in
Tyreek over Tua.
2007, when Randy Moss went to the Patriots, he was the best offensive player on that team, dog. He's the reason why
That could be
Brady's
true.
whole
I agree.
playbook opened up, dog.
Yeah, it's not a
Look at the
crazy
Tom
thing
Brady
to have a
stats before
better
Randy
player
Moss.
on your own
Yo,
team
why
and
early
still
sound
win
like you
MVP.
like in the underwater?
Yeah, I can barely hear early. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Early,
I can't hear him at all.
speak up.
Yeah, it's not even. It sounds like
I
he's
still
loud.
got Lamar over Tua in the race.
No, Lamar's
I ain't
over.
mad
I'm
at
just.
that.
He's an
Lamar,
outside
yeah,
shot.
I was
Lamar
He's
is
an outside
the
shot to
MVP.
win.
What makes
But the
sense
thing
about
is,
Lamar-
though,
In 07,
Well, I think
he was the
between
best
Rookie
player
Gerald
on that team.
I
And
think
Tom
what
still
hurts
got
Tua
it.
is
Lamar has been more
I think
valuable
what
than
hurts
Tua
Tua
on
is
the
I
team.
think what hurts Tua in MVP case right now specifically is that when he's playing the good teams, he's playing like
yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you.
he's not
Thank
playing
you.
good. When he's playing the
Thank
teams
you.
that's supposed to
And
be,
he had
where he looks
chances to
good.
win games. in
I
him too.
think personally I think the other issue with Tua, like I like Tua a lot, but you know, yeah, I say this to y'all all the time, like the best guys in the league at that quarterback spot, they play above when it's time to play above, and I don't think
Yeah,
Tua
bro.
is showing the ability to do that yet.
I agree.
Wait,
Like
But
I gotta admit, like
award.
y'all gotta admit, there's a stat that I saw about Jalen Hurts that I screenshotted specifically because I think he gets a lot of hate, but I also think this has also been a testament to him that people don't talk about. So
Let's
when
do it.
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have a lead, he's been 63 completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
But he's better.
But when they're tied or trailing, Jalen Hurts is 72% completion, 1,300 total yards, 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 118.7 rating, passer rating when they need him to be great. So that's a stat for y'all. Yeah, that's a stat. And the reason why I put that out there because the one thing, and this is why I say, like, I know Mookie harps on the game-winning drives by Herbert, but Herbert has to have ability to play above himself. I've seen it before. I've seen Jalen Hurts do it. I've seen Lamar, Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen all do it. But I don't really think Tua has shown me he has that ability to do that. I also think the one thing about Tua compared to, I think, all the guys I just said, literally all of those guys I just said, I do think without their best weapons on the field, those guys can play football well enough to win a game in a game or two. I don't think Tua, without Tariq, could really have the same level of production because I don't think he can play above himself yet enough to be able to do that, honestly.
And then
Like
also
I
when
wouldn't
they
put him as an MVP candidate for me.
You
either,
know
to
what's
be
so
honest.
funny,
No,
J.
like,
Rob?
I
Though?
understand.
Watch us do
and
all
then
Mind
this.
you,
also,
Watch
bro.
us do all this picking of who gonna win it and this and that, and your boy Mahomes hold that bitch over his head at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be
yeah,
crazy.
Mahomes is like that. The only thing I'm gonna say regarding Tua, because like I do think
might win
Tua
even
gets
more
some
with no receivers.
Tua gets some unfair criticism sometimes because I have seen him play above himself. Last year against the Ravens, great comeback.
That was a
against
great
the
game.
Ravens
That was a great
against
game.
Lamar Jackson. That
You're
was
right.
a
You're right.
ridiculous performance.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, he
You're right.
outplayed Lamar.
So
You're right. You're right.
I do think he can. I don't think Tua was like.
I don't
there's
think he's done it
obviously-
enough though. Like I don't think that was a. I don't think
All
that's
right,
big.
so
I
let me ask
agree
you
with
something.
that.
What
that's
is Tua?
that's
All right, let me ask
fair.
you something. What is
That's
Tua
fair.
best game? What's Tua best game of the season this year?
But that
Best-
Ravens
Broncos
game was
with the
crazy.
Broncos.
That Ravens game was crazy. I apologize for not bringing that game up.
What's
That was
Tua
one
best
game.
game of the season
Hold
this year?
on, let me
please?
find
This
out. Give me a
season,
second.
Best
I
is
mean,
probably
It'll
the
probably be against the
It's probably
Broncos.
the 70 ball.
Yeah, it gotta be the
that was more of a
Broncos.
rushing game.
It's probably the 70
The
ball.
Chargers, no, the Chargers game.
Oh, the Chargers
He
game,
went
yeah, the
crazy
Chargers
on
Oh
game.
y'all.
yeah, when
Oh,
he
against
and
Herbert?
Justin
Crazy
Herbert
on
swapped
y'all.
points.
Yeah, that's one. That was the first game of the season. So outside of that first game of the season where he was out of his mind, like
Yeah.
when
He was
what
playing
other
well all
games where
year.
you
What we
He
see
talking
that
peaked in
like
September. He
what
peaked in
other games you
September.
see from Tua where you like, wow, this is the MVP of the league?
Yeah.
What was Justin
He has
He's
Herbert's
to
right.
be.
best
He's
game?
right though.
No, he's right though. He's
Hey,
Mookie.
He's dead right.
Hey,
That is
Mookie's
right.
right
What
though.
was Justin
I agree.
Herbert?
Hold
What was
on.
Justin
I
Herbert's
agree.
best game?
To be fair, no quarterback has really
Against
had
the
that this
Vikings.
year. I'm being
Yeah.
honest. No quarterback. Has
Lamar has been bugging in
Against
October.
one of the worst
No,
defenses in
Lamar
the
had
league.
that against the Lions.
Oh,
he
you
had
also,
that
you
against
also
the Lions, yeah. So like Tua had it against the Chargers, Lamar had it against the Lions. So you know what I'm saying?
Did y'all watch what he
Yeah.
did? Did y'all see that throw he made against? Never mind. You know what? Lamar just gonna keep doing what he do, man. He's showing y'all big
Yeah.
trustworthy.
He
Listen,
could win
man,
MVP. I'm not mad
if
at Lamar.
Lamar get
But
2 MVPs, no more running back talk, Mook. If you get enough MVPs, you got to quit the running back
yeah,
talk.
MVPs
Mook.
don't.
Yeah,
It's
Mook.
Hold on,
over with. Done.
MVPs
Throw it out
don't.
the window.
Oh, that's
MVPs don't mean. Hold on.
blasphemous.
MVPs don't
That's
mean nothing.
crazy because if Justin Herbert got one, you would bring it up all
No,
the
I
time.
won't. I don't care. Hold on.
Oh,
You literally just
Bro,
you literally
hold
just
on,
said
hold on.
if
Mookie,
Justin
wait,
Herbert
Mook,
won
Mook,
more
Mook,
games,
Mook,
he'd be in the
don't do
MVP
that, Mook. Mook,
discussion.
don't do that.
bro.
Mook, don't go that far
I
to
don't-
discredit him.
I
Don't go
don't.
that
I
far to
don't
discredit
value
him, bro.
MVPs like that because it's also determined on wins. It's also
Oh my
determined on wins. Like
god, bro!
I
I
can.
I thought you
can't.
don't like. I thought you don't like wins. I thought you don't like wins.
I don't like wins, but it's mostly determined on wins. Like
Like
Mook,
losing.
I can name. I can name so many times.
name a person who's won the MVP that didn't deserve it.
No, but I said it's mostly
John
due to
Elway.
wins. Like I said, I've seen so many times where a quarterback has played better than this other quarterback, but they gave it to him because of wins.
Oh, he
They
talking
did.
about
Like this is
Wins
the
is
MVP of the
wins is
league.
important.
Who's
Name
the
Wins
last
is
quarterback you've
important.
seen
So
that
that's
had
But
why
Mookie,
I
can
don't
I ask
like.
you a
to a
question?
losing
I don't
player.
value MVP.
Mookie,
on
can I ask you a
that
question?
stuff,
Mookie, let me ask you a question
bro.
about the
It's just a
Chargers.
regular season.
Let me ask you a question about the Chargers game on Monday before y'all get up out of here.
Oh.
Mook, let me ask you a question. What is if the Chargers lose on Monday night, which I am predicting that they will lose Monday night because that defense is going to be. Y'all don't got enough on the outside to handle what we got on that defense. Not to be weird, but y'all don't.
What, Keenan Allen?
He's gonna have a long
That
night.
defense is going to be.
He's gonna have a long night.
outstanding.
He's gonna have a long night. He's gonna have a long night. By the system.
All right, so
By the
all right,
system.
He was waiting to hear Sauce Gardner so he could start.
Now I'm not gonna say Sauce because they don't travel our corners. So
yeah.
They
So
don't
what
travel our corners.
the Chargers, they do a lot of pre-snap motion. So like they're gonna start putting Keenan Allen everywhere. They're gonna put him in the slot. They're gonna put him outside. They're gonna motion out Palmer on the outside, and then you got Austin Eckler. You know what I'm saying? I know he's not a great runner between the tackles, but you gotta work. Watch out for him in the backfield.
Watch out for Quinn and Johnson.
Ability. So like I said there and said, I
Quinn
think
Johnson is not left off my screen yet.
I think
Quinn
Justin
Johnson
Herbert.
not
Hold on. I think
dog.
Justin Herbert is now starting. I think Justin Herbert is now starting getting comfortable with that hand because y'all got to understand, and this is to the people that sit there and say that left hand did not affect him because it was not his throwing hand. When you snap the ball, bro, and and you have to literally change the way you snap the ball because his left hand is the hand that snaps the ball. So that fact that Justin Herbert was snapping the ball with his right hand, it affected him. It affected him mentally, bro. And I think that against that Bears game, we started looking like the old Justin Herbert that we was dominating early in the season. So like I said there and said, I think Justin Herbert is going to play great against this Jets defense. Not only that, bro, I think Justin Herbert is going to do with the pressure better.
Do you fire Brandon Staley if y'all lose? Mookie, answer the question. Are y'all firing the coach if y'all lose?
Yes. Yeah, he got.
I
thought he should have been fired. I thought he should have been fired
after last year.
He should have been fired
last year. I thought he should have been fired after the playoff game. I thought after the playoff
game,
game,
that Austin Eckler was like not willing to back Brandon Staley kind of tells you he lost the locker room. It's cut.
Why would you back him?
Well, hold on, J-Rob. It's been a report.
I ain't gonna lie, we popped champagne this morning.
Hold on, J-Rob. It's been a report. I think it was before the Bears game. It was last week that Brandon Staley has lost the trust of the locker room, bro.
I believe it. I think he's doing one of the worst coaching jobs in football right now.
Because Josh McDaniels was fired.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm only like at the end of the day, I know that there's been a huge debate on this platform about Justin Herbert and Lamar Jackson because there's been a lot of comparisons over the two. But I will say this about Justin Herbert in this situation. Brandon Staley has so much talent on that roster. Obviously, I do think they need a better added receiver to the mix because I think Keenan needs a little bit more balance.
Mike Williams,
and Mike Williams is injury prone. I will give that nod. But the talent that they have on that team, the fact that Brandon Staley has not been able to utilize that talent where they still have had like these subpar years is actually kind of embarrassing because there's a lot of coaches in the league. Like Brian Daboll would trade his roster for that one any day of the week, bro.
That's a fact.
Any Giants fan would trade their roster for the Chargers roster right now, bro. There's hella teams in the league that would trade their roster for what they got in LA. And that's why I think LA is so frustrating for people. I think that's why they've been the butt of so many jokes, is because you can't objectively look at that team and say this team should be 3-4 right now. And they may be fighting for their life.
Well, that's been the Chargers since the millennium started. They've always had. Didn't they had the best team to never make the playoffs?
No, one year they had the number one offense, number one defense,
and didn't make the playoffs. And they littered with Pro Bowlers. So this isn't something new for the Chargers. They just, especially since the turn of the millennium, they just haven't found a way to get all that great talent and be.
This is why their defense is just
not even that team. That offense, Lamar Jackson take that offense right now. Give me Keenan, Eckler, all that right now. If not Lamar Jackson.
Good Lord, him and Eckler.
First of all, early, that Chargers offense is a top 7 offense in the league. So it's not
I wouldn't want Lamar to have that defense, bro. I don't gonna lie to you,
bro.
The defense has so many pieces.
Hold on. Justin Herbert has the secondary. Early. Let me tell you something. Justin Herbert has the second worst defense in the NFL. They suck on third down.
Who's the worst defense?
The Chargers got the worst defense.
You said second worst.
Now they have the worst.
But
who got the worst? I don't know who got the worst.
Justin Herbert, Lamar's defensive offense. What is he doing with Lamar's offense?
Give Justin Herbert Lamar's defense. What do you think he's doing?
No, and
but the Chargers
no.
What is he
give
doing?
him his defense.
We're not going to pretend that Justin Herbert didn't have a chance
to
win.
Give Justin Herbert. Give Justin. Hold on.
Give Lamar Justin Herbert.
Early. You just run your mouth, early. You just run your mouth. That's why your breath stink. Give Justin Herbert fucking goddamn just a average defense. Just give him an average defense, bro. What do you think he will be doing, bro? He's never had a top 16 ranked defense, bro. His defense has literally given up 300 yards in total scrimmage yards every single game.
I have super chats. Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to harp on Justin Herbert's defense, but if you actually really look at the defense that he's had since he's gotten into the league, they are like garbage.
Garbage. No, they've been garbage.
They're literally been 30.
He's also had chances to win games.
But I will say though, the games that they did have chances to win, he got to come up big. He had to come up big.
I just feel like
this year.
He has the most games
Dirty Rastafarian.
2020. He has the most games.
Hold on, Mook. Let me do these super chats. Let me do these super chats real quick. And Mook, don't down that hill, gang. We'll have a conversation about that later. Don't down that hill though. Cam Cobain, $2 super chat. We appreciate you, Cam. Where does Andy Reid rank in all-time coaches? Well, once he gets his fourth Super Bowl ring with Mahomes, he'll be number 1 for me.
I ain't mad at it.
He might get second with Mahomes like Brady by the time he retires.
Yeah, he do. I'm saying, he get 4 or 5 of them things. He get 2 or 3 more rings. I'm putting him at number 1. I don't care. C-Mac. So
If
C-Mac
he
not
get at
elite
least
without
5,
going
he
on.
over Bill Belichick.
I don't think anybody said C-Mac is not elite. I don't think anybody said that.
AJ Brown reminds me of B Marsh. No, not B Marsh. Not my bad, Young Twigs. But with that being said, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming on for another episode of the Press Box. Make sure y'all tune in tonight for another episode of PC Gridiron. We're on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure y'all go tap in with Trent at 6 p.m. Central. Central, right, Trent?
Yeah, 6 p.m. Central.
6 p.m. Central. And make sure y'all rock with me, Lonnie, and Riddell on Black Sensei Society on the BSS. Episode 1 out right now.
Damn.
Link going.
Forget me then, right?
That's I said random. I didn't say random. I said what I say.
Me, Lonnie, and Riddell.
Oh, my bad. And random. My bad. I thought I said random. I did. Random. I looked at you
before you left.
Random. I looked at you when I said it. So my bad.
It says all that Bakugo hate. That's why.
I was looking at you when I said it. So I honestly thought I said your name. I apologize. Random, me, Lonnie, and Riddell.
I was just playing. You didn't need to say it again. We got you.
But I just make sure I knew my guy was involved. I ain't mean to leave you out of that. So make sure y'all go sub, man. Shout out to the BSS. And with that being said, we appreciate y'all. We'll tap in with y'all tomorrow for another episode of Open.